out to Culture Shock.
Of course.
Oh yeah. We get new releases in every Friday. We got all sorts of new releases from new artists, reissues from classic artists. Help people get set up with anything from a basic record player to a monster system with huge speakers, anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, this one's
that's a new record player. I mean, you got some record player that's playing right now?
Oh, sure. We can pop this on. See if I can drop it right on.
Real rock star.
Let's go back to that. Thank you so much.
My guy Skyler, you know what I mean? So you know what's going on. Always showing me good vibes, good love around here, you know?
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about, of course, local artists. We got local artists.
Right.
Alright. What's going on, everyone? How we doing? We're sitting here at Culture Shock, Rockford, Illinois. I'm sitting with my man Quez. What's going on, dude? How you doing?
My boy? How you feeling?
Doing? Good, man.
Good
Long
to
time
see
no
you, bro.
see.
What's up?
Nothing much, man. So I reached out to Quez a few months ago. Actually, I was starting blogging and stuff, and I wanted to do an interview on him because him and I go back to high school, and I knew him as this short little guy, and we were like 5 blockers down from each other. And last I talked to him, he was on this path for football, and then I found out a little bit after that he released a song. So I wanted to see what's going on with him, what's going on. So I reached out to him, I talked to him, and then he texted me a couple weeks ago, said, hey, let's do another one. Got a lot to say, and a lot's happened. So we're just sitting here, and like I said, I know him from high school. So what happened was he was on his way to college football, and you just want to talk about that, where you started, where you ended up, what experiences you had with that.
Oh yeah, just like my guy Luke said, we went to Boylan Catholic High School here in Rockford, Illinois. It was pretty crazy just coming from a public middle school, coming to a Catholic high school. We won 2 state championships my junior year, my senior year. My junior year, actually, I was hurt. Little do a lot of people know, but then I came back after rehab and everything, came back strong my senior year. Then that's when we won the 2nd state championship. And then recruiting didn't go as planned, obviously through high school football. So then I went the junior college route, and that's what actually like got me prepared for life in itself. It taught me a lot of lessons going through the JUCO struggle. I think if any athlete can vouch for me about the JUCO struggle, then they already know. But then after that, through JUCO, I got offensive MVP. I got a chance to go to the JUCO All-American game. So a lot of my hard work did pay off. I can't vouch for that as well. So then it was crazy because through JUCO I got a few looks, but I didn't get no like scholarships or anything like that until later in the game. But I turned it down because it wasn't like I felt like my skill set was better than what offered me and what was at the table. So then I just took the next semester off after I graduated, got my associate's degree, and then I moved to Atlanta and was kind of out there just kind of doing whatever. And then I got a call from Fayetteville State, and they called me and they wanted me to sign to them for football, gave me a full-ride scholarship. So then I came back home and started working out real heavy right before summer camp. And then I shot out there. I didn't even go visit the school. Like when they told me they wanted me, they sent me like my letter of intent.
That's all I need to hear.
That's all I needed to hear. And HBCU. So I went out there, and once I flew out there, I stayed out there, and then the rest was pretty much history. So that was kind of like the steps from high school football up to scholarship, Division II, HBCU in North Carolina.
I remember you post all those like workout videos, agility stuff.
I know,
those
right?
were so cool to watch.
Everybody always used to tune in on them.
Yeah.
I still got quick feet, man. Don't get it twisted.
I know. Never a doubt. Didn't think it'd leave you. So I know you went to DuPage, right? Fresno State.
Fayetteville State.
Oh yeah, up North Carolina, right?
Yep.
And then you were in contact with some CFL football teams, right?
Yeah. So it's crazy because when I first came to Fayetteville State, I had 2 years left because I already did my 2 years, and I redshirted already at junior college. So then when I got to Fayetteville State, I balled definitely, and then the coach that actually recruited me, he left and went to another school. So then the new coaches came in, and then we got everything together. We had a pretty good season. It was solid. It was shaky at the start, but then we got it together towards the end. And then after that, that's when I went to the NFL Regional Combine down in New Orleans for the Saints. Got a chance to talk to a couple NFL teams like the Redskins, the Colts, and the Bears. That was exciting, just that whole process, just to be able to get a chance to display your speed and strength and everything, your your skill set in front of NFL coaches, that's kind of one of my dreams, you know. So just to be on that stage is pretty dope to me. And then after that, obviously, just coming from a small school, it didn't go as planned. Again, that's kind of my story. How my story always been. It's just, you know, just keep on fighting, hard work, you know. So then after that, it was like I started traveling, went to some CFL workouts and stuff like that. So, and I was getting pretty good feedback because they were doing like eliminations after different like one-on-ones, stuff like that. I'd make it to like the last of the last, you know. I was killing. So then, but then again, it was like, I feel like it was all for nothing. I was spending so much money traveling, catching flights out to LA. I want to try it out for different CFL teams, stuff like that. So, I mean, it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? So then my thing was, can I look in the mirror and say I've given it all I have and then walk away from it? I think a lot of people can't really walk away from the game because they don't really have a backup plan, or that's just not, you know, in their like pride being away or something like that. But to me, I was just like, well, I'm just trying to make some money, and I ain't finna keep on spending on and wasting all this money. You know what I mean? So exactly. So that's, I think if I was a little bit more patient, then it probably could have worked out. Because I only gave it 1 year, and I think that isn't enough. Yeah. You know what I mean? I gave it 1 year, and I was just like, whatever. So that's just how the cookie crumble after that.
Absolutely. So football stage in your life is over. How do you feel about that? Like overall, you think it opened the door for where you're at now? Like, are you thankful for what you went through?
I'm definitely thankful for what I went through. I feel as though that the process kind of taught me patience. And then now that I'm going through this music and everything, like I got a lot of patience. Because I wanted, at one point in time in my life, I wanted everything here and now. I didn't have no patience. And it teaches you, you know, you got to have patience through everything. You know, so now that the door has opened for music and me as an artist, and it's like things could be, you could be an overnight sensation or you can grind for it. And the way my story has been, I've been grinding for everything. So that's what I'm up against right now. Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, after football ended, I hadn't talked to him in a while, and then I randomly saw that on Facebook that he posted a link to a song that he just released, "Rock Out," your first hit single. You released that. What gave you the inspiration? Well, actually, it's kind of a bigger question. Like, when did you become into rap? I'm assuming, like,
man,
it had to have meant something to you for a long time. Like, as a kid, is that something that influenced you as a child? Like, I'm sure it had to bloom early.
It's crazy because, like, even as a child or anything like that, I never in a million years thought I'd be rapping or doing the interviews and like doing shows and shit like that. Like, I never fathomed that. You know what I'm saying? But I always liked music. Like, my dad liked music, my mom. So I came from a family that played music all the time, different genres of music. But I think it was kind of it really dawned on me like one time, because obviously in college, you know, I'm with the guys and we, you know, chilling or whatever, and then next thing you know, a beat come on, and next thing you know, I'm freestyling, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So, and then one of my friends just like, you ain't ever think about getting in the studio? Like, every time a beat come on, like, you kill it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yeah, you might be good at rapping. So then, obviously during the process of football and trials and stuff like that, I came back home, and then I reached out to DJ Neil. Shout out to DJ Neil. I was like, Neil, I'm trying to get in the studio. He like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, like, I need to book a session. You know what I mean? So then it just went from there. It was kind of like a split decision. Like, I'm finna get in the studio and then see what's up after that.
Yeah. So yeah, Rock Out came out, and then what other songs do you have out? What's
I got Rock Out it's actually God's Plan, and that was like the first video that I did on the south side of Rockford, and that's what kind of got me my name, you know, Quez and stuff like that. They like, wait a minute, you was just working out for football teams, and now you just released a music video out of nowhere, and they like went crazy. Like, I got a bunch of comments, a bunch of likes, a bunch of views, people texting me like, when you start rapping?
Yeah,
seriously. I'm like, shit, yesterday. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. Exactly. So then after that, I just got in the studio trying to perfect my craft and stuff like that. Then that's when Rock Out came, and then once Rock Out came, that's when I pretty much got like my buzz. That's where it started.
Is that where you knew, like, all right, like, I want to pursue this?
Exactly.
This makes me happy.
I was at like, on Facebook, it's a 5,000 friend limit, and I think I was at like 2650, and then probably like soon as I dropped Rock Out video, zoop, it went crazy. I got so many friend requests.
That's awesome.
Like, it was crazy. I'm just like, so this how it go then, right? You know, so that's exactly how it happened. Rock Out came. I had I wouldn't say a casting, but I invited people to come out for the video. That was a success.
You shot at Downtown Rock.
Shot at Downtown Rock.
I watched the video today, and I was like, it's so cool seeing,
exactly.
like, being from Rockford and, like, seeing all those, like, spots that you're like, oh, I know where that is or something.
That shit was dope. And then shout out to Jordan Hardy and Flag Out Film. Shout out my guy Pierre with Film or Die. They came out and, like, rocked it. You know what I'm saying? So it made it look like a real, like, obviously it was a real video, but it was like it went past my imagination of what I thought it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was dope. And then right then and there, I'm like, shit, I might got a chance. I need to go ahead and just buckle down and get serious. Because at the time, I still wasn't even really serious. I just put it out because now I got a name and I got a buzz, and I'm like, okay, well, let me put something out that the fans can listen to. And then I start getting like Snapchats, text messages and stuff. They like, man, that song is hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, well, I'm on to the next project.
Yeah.
That's how I went.
And then, what was it, I'm Real? Was that the next one?
Yep, it was Too Real.
Too Real.
Yep, Too Real. I got a good response from that as well. And then it's crazy because, like, the process from, like, obviously God's Plan, Rock Out, Too Real, I started, like, getting information on, like, TuneCore and stuff like that, put my music on iTunes.
Yeah.
Obviously getting 100% royalties, buying beats and stuff like that. I never, like, thought about none of that. Buying beats and doing all this production and getting songs mixed and mastered. He's, like, DJ Neil sent me the rough copy and I posted. He like, I gotta master that. I'm like,
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you just learn as you keep going. So that's why I thought it was pretty dope.
Just a side note, I want to say, who was that? You were a feature in the song Wet. Who was that with?
Okay, so Wet was my my song.
Okay.
It's featuring Jay Martiez.
Okay.
My guy Jay Martiez, Jalen. He also has a hit single, "Pressing the Gas" too. But yeah, so I wrote everything, and he got a lot of energy. I got energy too.
So I love the music video.
I love the way that he did the hook. I actually told him, you know what I'm saying, I want you to do it like this, and he went in there and killed it. And I'm just like, man, I'm like, if you got a verse to it, you know, come on. You know what I'm saying? So exactly, because I was originally just gonna have him do the hook, and that was it. But I'm like, if you got a verse, you know, just hop on it since you already own it. But yeah, so my song Wet featuring Jay Martiez is actually a hit single right now. Go out and get it. It's on all platforms and everything too. So
I watched the video like 3 times today on YouTube. It just it's so catchy and it's entertaining, honestly.
My guys again.
You were wearing like a fanny pack. It was awesome. It's the style, man. I thought it was so cool.
You had to bring the racks out for that. You know what I'm saying? We had Lamborghinis and everything.
Yeah, you did.
Video,
it was a sweet video. So, I mean, you have all the success with these songs. Do you have anything in the works? Like, what's next?
I got my first project. A lot of people been asking me, you know, you putting out hot single. What about a project? So, that's what I'm working on now. I actually just went to the studio last night. I finished the last, like, 2 songs. I still got another. I think I'm going to do one more song for it. I'm going to do, like, an EP, 5 to 6 songs I'm working on right now. Yeah, it's gonna release probably end of this month, closer to the beginning of February next month.
Awesome.
So that's definitely highly anticipated right now.
That's awesome. So yeah, where would you say that you get your influence from? Like, what music do you think influenced you the most?
Man,
like, all right, maybe what kind of music do you listen to like now that keeps you? Yeah, like if I go on your Spotify, what songs am I gonna find?
You're gonna find all type of music for real. Like I like R&B, but I also like, you know, like Future, Young Thug. I like the Atlantic culture of music.
Yeah.
I like that type of music. I like some Chicago musicians as well. So I don't know. I don't think it's one thing that kind of sways me to do music, or I listen to all types of genres. You might get in a car with me. I might be listening to something from the 80s or 90s or some shit. You know what I mean? So I just try
all
to
music
get
has
it all.
influence on you, and you don't know how it's gonna affect you. So
Exactly.
The broader your music range is, like the more you're gonna get it. I guess.
I don't know, you know, but I do like R&B though. I'm a big R&B type of guy.
If you could have, if you could feature with any big artist right now, who would it be?
Jay-Z.
Either Jay-Z, okay.
Jay-Z all day. It's crazy because I'm gonna tell you the irony of even me wanting to feature with Jay-Z. When I was young,
answer that quick.
Man,
I
already knew. When I was young, I didn't understand Jay-Z. I didn't really like get in tune with Jay-Z until I until I grew up and got mature, and then I started understanding his lyrics and seeing what he go through is similar to what we go through in my city as well. You know, so as you mature, then you become more respectful for Jay-Z lyrics, and it took me a while because I'm like, man, I can't listen to him when you young. You want to listen to like the hottest song out. You want to turn up all night and day, you know. But when you start really listening to Jay-Z, he really like putting things into the perspective that you really go through your life. You know what I mean? So I could relate to it, you know. So now I'm like, man,
he's more mature artist. You took you a little bit longer.
That's somebody
to find yourself and then
that's somebody I want to meet, need to meet, and I'm gonna meet him. You know, so definitely Jay-Z. For sure.
If you could have a collab of any two artists, like you on the outside looking in, like two artists like on a collabed album, who would it be?
Definitely Meek Mill, for sure. Meek Mill. These two artists, they really don't even like. They don't sound alike, but Meek and Young Thug. Like Young Thug is like, I love his everything about Young Thug, originality. You know, obviously some of his styles are kind of like, whoa, but I love Young Thug though, for sure, and Meek Mill.
I would say mine would be J. Cole and the late Mac Miller.
Okay, for sure. Respect some.
Did you have any like when you found out about like Mac's death? Were you?
I was like,
back.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Listen to his music at all or anything?
I listened to a few songs. I'm not going to sit up here and say like I'm a big fan of Mac Miller or anything like that, but I listened to a few songs. I couldn't tell you word for word what song and stuff like that, the lyrics and stuff like that, but I do have a respect for Mac Miller and the culture and the stuff that he did for the culture, definitely.
Yeah, that's really cool. I actually forgot what I was going to say, so I need to use this real quick.
I'm good.
So like, when you like first started like rapping and getting it together, like you kind of jumped full force. Like, what did you do to like make things happen? Like people like sit and talk about like, oh, I want to do this, but you jumped on it. Like, as soon as you were freestyling with your friends, like you made a call and.
Yeah. So basically, I hit up a few friends and I'm just telling them guys like I'm about to start rapping, and it's just like they like. About to start rapping. I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? So it just went from there. And then one thing about me is if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. I'm gonna put everything into it. Like I said earlier, I was still kind of just messing around with it, but once I kind of start keeping rapping and being in the studio and learning my sound, I'm like, I'm gonna go full-fledged with it, you know? And like nothing gonna be able to stop me, you know what I mean? So I didn't listen to the outside people telling me, you know, do this, they need more of this, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do what I want to do, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I went with, and then it just kind of took off. Well, not even kind of took off, it did take off, and it's like, it's crazy because the response that I'm getting even now is like, wow, you doing stuff that guys been rapping for 5-10 years couldn't accomplish in 6 months. I just started rapping in March of 2018, and it's January.
So you have like pedal on the gas, dude. Like I'm impressed because like people just sit around like think of excuses, but you went for it. So
yeah, I ain't with all the whole excuses. If you got excuses, then you might as well not do it. You know. I'm a rebel. I'm an Aquarius.
Good. Yeah, you are.
I'm a rebel at the end of the day. I do what I want to do.
That's awesome. So I know you've done at least one show. Like there was a Facebook invite for it. But how would you say like the places that you perform? Like how was that experience? Is it good turnout? Like good vibes, good energy? Yeah,
this shit gave me like chills just because like when I'm performing like. Obviously, I know I have fans, but then you go to a show and like if I start rapping and they keep continuing rapping my lyrics, that shit give me like chills. It was like, man, these people really like listen to my music. Obviously, I done been to concerts and stuff like that, and just the rapper put the mic in the crowd and everybody to finish their lyrics.
Crazy.
And it's like, okay, now I'm doing the same thing. I'm on the same stage, and them just like, I just want to rock out shows, and I do what you know what I mean? It's like, that shit like, give me adrenaline. I love that. I love it.
That's gotta be an incredible feeling. Did you end up playing in that basketball game? I saw something about it. Did you end up playing in it?
Oh yeah. You know
How was that, dude?
You know me, I had like 11 points, you know, solid, you know what I'm saying? But it was a good turnout. Shout out to Blaze for the invite as well. And another shout out to Blaze because he did invite me to my first show. That was in Beloit. So I do have a respect for Blaze as well as an artist. Definitely, you know what I mean? So that's pretty dope.
Yeah. You're great, your songs are great, you're just radiating greatness. I mean, for example, do you think that kind of reflects on who you associate yourself? And I'm kind of aiming at Mr. Fred Van Vliet. You are a personal friend. How far do you guys go back?
Now we go back to like, let me see, we was like 5, 6 years old.
Wow.
That shit's so. I'm about to be 25 on Monday, so.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. It's like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You know, so.
You're a quarter of a century old, dude.
Scared me, bro.
Dude, you gotta embrace it.
Fast,
you gotta embrace it, dude. It's cool seeing like where you've been, where you're gonna go.
But I'm happy at the moment that I am in my life right now. You know, I'm about to be 25, and it's just like shit taking up.
Yeah, dude.
You know, shit taking off, and it's just going in the right direction. And I thank God first and foremost for everything that's been going on, and definitely my support system. They've been behind me, A1, like from the start. Any decision I make, as long as it's beneficial to myself, you know, they always with it, you know, and I love them for that.
Yeah. So I mean, you love basketball. You're a big shoe guy. I know that. I do know that you did start a charity organization called Touching Souls. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So basically, when I was in college at Fayetteville State, it was just something that's always been a part of me, just doing community service, giving back. My mom always had us like go to homeless shelters and stuff like that, doing stuff around the church, just being a community activist, you know what I mean? So one of the things I always wanted to do was give back to my community in Rockford, Illinois. People always throw a dark light on the city and stuff like that, and obviously we do need help.
It's on the uprise. So
exactly.
It's improving.
For sure. And the youngest, they do need some guidance and some role models and stuff like that. So I feel like, you know, I'm on a platform where my voice can be heard and I can do something, you know. So Touching Souls came about. I was just like, obviously I'm into shoes. I just want to give shoes to these kids, you know.
Exactly. Something that you love.
And it wasn't like you didn't have to have the best grades. You didn't have to be the best student, because some of the worst students and the students with the bad grades, they get forgotten, they get left to the wayside, and then those are the kids that everyone blame. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do something for those kids, as like a pat on the butt or something like that, or just like a kick in the ass, like, you know, pick it up. You know what I mean? So I felt like I didn't want to leave anyone out. You know what I mean? So obviously good grades and stuff like that plays a part in it. And it's like, okay, keep doing what you're doing, but I want to touch the kids that's going home and raising their younger siblings. They don't have a mom at home and stuff like that, and they're kind of, you know, fending for themselves. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, and I thank God for my mom and my dad in my life, but I do have a heart for those kids that do grow up not like me. Yeah. You know, so I definitely want to touch those kids, and obviously the name itself comes from Touching Souls, but it isn't spelled as like your soul, like the soul of your shoe, SOLE. You know what I mean? So
that's yeah. I remember when we talked originally, I was like, that's an amazing name. I couldn't think of anything better.
Right. So I launched that at my middle school, at West Middle School, and I went in and I hadn't seen like none of my teachers in probably like 10 years or something like that. It was crazy. But I went in there and it was like a few teachers that's still there. Mrs. Bruce, and I went to her classroom and like she just like started bawling, you know what I mean? So that kind of touched me, you know. It's like, man, you have this type of emphasis, or you know what I mean, you have this certain aura about yourself that you can touch a teacher like that in such a way, you know what I mean? So I've always been a great student, you know, I've always been a great kid. So
to say her seeing one of her students like prosper and do that and give back when you get to the age where you can, it's got to be incredible. Incredible for both of you guys. Yeah, it was a pretty dope experience. I got a chance to go to the auditorium and speak to the kids and just tell them what I was, you know, gonna do. And then they afterwards they got a chance to come up and, you know, give me high fives, give me, you know, a hug and stuff like that. I had a kid come up to me, you know, tell me, you know, he want to be like me. I'm just like, you know, that's great. I'm like, you know, just be better. You know, it's always, you can always be better. You can always improve yourself. You know, and I'm still learning that almost 25. You know, so yeah, life's a lesson you're gonna learn every day.
Man, tell me about it. You go through a lot of stuff in life, and it's just like, if you don't learn, then you're gonna be lost.
Absolutely, life's a lesson. You gotta take it. It might be a bad lesson, might be a good lesson, but it's a lesson.
It's a lesson at the end of the day, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, last time we talked, I know you were. We don't need to talk about this too much, but I know you were gonna try to start a scholarship for Touching Souls. I'll take $500 scholarship or something, and I told you then, I'm gonna tell you now, like, we're gonna get you there, man. Like, I wanna I wanna help you out with this and try to get that scholarship going. So yeah, I mean, we touched on like where you were after high school, your music, like what you're doing. Now I got a couple like questions, like Rapid fire.
Alright.
Alright.
Throw them at me, man.
Alright. If you could eat one cereal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch all day.
Hell yeah, good answer.
I'm telling you, like, what? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love it.
Quick answer. Marry, fuck, kill. Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, Cardi B.
Marry, fuck, kill. I'm marrying Ariana Grande.
Okay.
I'm fucking the shit out of Cardi B. And the last of the You know?
I know. Sorry, Katy Perry, you don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's funny.
Like that.
Do you prefer comfy socks or comfy underwear?
Socks all day. It's crazy that you asked me that because every time I fly somewhere, I gotta have a new pack of socks. Like, obviously, it's crazy, but like when I'm on the road, I gotta have new socks. New drawers too. I gotta have new socks, and like I got a bag full of like socks. I only wore like twice. My dad be calling me like, "What you gonna do with these socks down here in the basement?" I'm like, "Shit, give them to charity."
You get their own way. I got more.
Yeah, I got more. I go get new socks all the time. So new socks.
That's awesome. If you were stuck on a deserted island, what are 3 things you'd bring?
3 things I bring. Man, I got to bring something to keep warm. Maybe like a.
Picture like a Hawaiian deserted island, so it's gonna be warm regardless.
Oh, okay, bet. Say no more.
Like sand, palm trees,
Let me get my
ocean.
phone. I gotta take my
Alright.
phone because.
We'll give you a wireless cell tower like a couple miles offshore.
Appreciate it. Let me
Gotcha.
get that. Let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Phone. Let me get obviously some food. Oh, I can kill. I'm a savage, so I'm a survive wherever I'm at. That's a hard ass question you just gave. I'm trying to think.
Thinking them.
Man, cause listen, you got your animals out there on the island. I'm gonna kill them to eat. Got your water, you on the island, so that's
Maybe gonna be an
Oh yeah. okay. I'm gonna bring my baby girl. I'm gonna bring my childhood crush with me. We chilling. We gonna
That's
go
awesome.
out there and do our thing.
All right. Last question for you. If you had the opportunity to smoke with Snoop Dogg, how many blunts would it take before you pass out?
I can't hang with Snoop. I'm gonna just be honest with you. He a veteran with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I probably could do man. My first time, that's crazy. My first time smoking, we probably smoked like 7 blunts.
People don't. You just keep going.
Yeah, we smoked like 7 blunts. That was like when I was a freshman in high school. But now you can probably double that or something, you know. But I don't know. Snoop gonna smoke me up under the table.
I saw this one video. It was like Wiz Khalifa, and there was someone smoking in his room. He like couldn't hang, so he's like, "All right, you gotta go. Sorry, man."
Yeah. That's. I don't know if that's with me. I don't tap out easy. I don't give up easy. I'm a competitor at the end of the day, you know. So I feel as though you trying to, you know what I'm saying? You trying to compete with me. So we gonna see what's going on. I'm probably doze off or something like that, but I'm gonna wake back up.
Like, wake up.
Exactly.
That's awesome. All right, man. Well, this was awesome time. Thanks for meeting out with me. It was
Appreciate you,
catching
man.
up.
Of course.
Wishing
always.
nothing but success.
I appreciate you, bro.
And,
Thanks for having me.
no
Definitely.
problem,
And thanks. Shout out to Culture Shock for hosting this. Shout out to my guys, DJ Billy. Definitely been with me since the day one. Shout out all the bros. Shout out to my guy Fred Van Vliet. Toronto Raptors. Shout out FBV Shop down on East State. Go and get your merch. If I left you out, you know I got mad love for you. But definitely get on the wave while it's free. Support while it's free, because it's gonna cost you at the end of the day. You know?
Listen to the music. It's good stuff.
Shout out my pops. Shout out my moms. I know y'all watching this. Hey, shout out my videographers, Film or Die, Fly Guy Films. Always got a lot of love for y'all. Shout out DJ Neil. Definitely. I'm out. You know.